If you're just tuning in, this is The Blender with DJ Tony Drake.
And Miss DJ GEMZ.
And we have a special guest calling all the way from the other side of the country. Caller, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, what's happening? It's Lush, CEO of Grind Time Now, the world's largest battle league, and one half of the Rolling Rockers. What's happening, people?
That's what it is, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate you calling in. For those of the people out there who don't know what Grind Time is, do you want to explain that?
Well, Grind Time is it's a full-out urban media conglomerate, but as of right now, it is the world's largest battle movement in the history of hip-hop. It's pretty much just some of the a crazy network of MC battlers from across the nation connected. We have different leagues all across the world, including chapters in the UK, Canada, and Australia. Super international with it. And it's just really competitive battles. We have a whole entire league, and now we're expanding into all different elements of hip-hop culture and urban and youth culture as well. So it's crazy. We're actually going to be on the Vans Warped Tour this year, so you can check us out in 44 cities across North America.
Cool. Actually, speaking of the Vans Warped Tour, we were wondering, how did you get connected with them, being a hip-hop based organization that's kind of a cool collabo? So could you kind of give us some details on that?
Yeah, it was, they've always kind of, they've been, from day one, the Vans Warped Tour was based on the DIY, do-it-yourself, independent aesthetic, and it's deeply connected to punk rock culture, but they've always had a little bit of hip-hop, Eminem got a big break on the Warped Tour, Gym Class Hero, so they've always been interested in it, and since Grind Time is a movement that's completely grassroots and was built from the ground up, it started on a college campus in Florida, you know what I mean, and I think they kind of noticed what we were doing, and we just got connected through a mutual acquaintance, this cat named Chris, shout out to Chris, who was working with Kevin Lyman, the founder of the Warped Tours organization, and just kind of, he was a Grind Time fan, so it all just kind of connected like that, and the rest is history.
Okay, and I heard you mention that Grind Time started in Florida, but you're actually based in Cali. Could you explain how you got connected with cats out in Florida?
Well, because basically there's been for several years now a whole entire subculture, a subgenre within hip hop of just MC battling, and it's really predominantly existed on the internet. People just seeing different battles online, and there's a few events Scribble Jam was a big event held in Ohio every year, which is the largest hip hop festival in the country, and there'd be there's a $5,000, $10,000 MC battle every year. So a lot of the different battle MCs that were competing from all different across the country would go there and started working with each other and building with each other, and then there was another big event called the Jump Off World Rap Championships, and that was held by a British company, so that got different countries involved as well, and we all kind of met through that umbrella. And then after Jump Off disbanded and there wasn't a World Rap Championship in 2008, there was there wasn't really anything going on, so there was this huge open market Fight Club, which was the mainstream battle outlet for people that were on MTV and stuff, that got closed down as well, so that we just had this huge opportunity. There was a big hole in the market, and we just kind of came in and filled that niche. My partners, Matt Hills and D-Rex, who were out in Florida, they kind of just started throwing battles out there, and then all of a sudden it just it snowballed, and we had been connected through Scribble Jam and these other previous festivals, and we had connections in every single region, and from there it just built, and now we just kind of got the game in a stranglehold.
I was just wondering, because we have a lot of student listeners, how the organization kind of grew from being mostly in the Florida college campus area to spreading to a national event, and now on an international level. What are some of the steps that you took to grow your brand and get it to the level that it's at today?
Really, it was the internet, and that's how it connected, and people from all over started seeing the battles from online. It was pretty much, they were becoming viral clips, and major outlets like WorldStarHipHop.com, which is like this crazy ass website, which pretty much is like the hip hop version of TMZ. So anything that's just crazy and different gets posted on this website, and they started posting a lot of the battles as well as other, and then they just became so popular on the internet that people started wanting to form their own chapters all across the country, and they were getting at us, and we were just, you know, and it's kind of built from there. The internet was a really essential tool in communicating and keeping the whole, and that's one of the strongest things about Grind Time now, is just the whole thing about unity and how we just were able to connect so many different people, and the internet was integral to that process.
And as far as those chapters, how are they structured, and how would someone go about starting a chapter? Because I know there's definitely a void in this area as far as battles. Like, there's people who put them on, but they're not on the caliber that we've seen with your videos.
Well, basically, the way it starts is everybody that we've dealt with thus far, we kind of already had they were already known artists. Whoever is the most established MCs in whatever region it was in, kind of stepped to the plate and was like, "Yo, I want to get involved," and then they would host an event through us, through Grind Time Now, and they would set up the battles, and if it was good enough, it would make it to the internet. And there's a lot of other regions that are still trying to get divisions where it's not really quite up to par yet, because there's a certain standard we have to uphold, you know what I mean? But we definitely want to encourage everybody to get involved, and we want everybody, no matter where you're from, to get down and try to do something, and when the time is right, there'll be a Grind Time division everywhere.
And they can check out stuff at grindtimenow.com, right?
Yep, all day, every day, grindtimenow.com. It's pretty much, that's the place to see it all, become involved, that's it right there. And now that we're involved with the Vans Warped Tour, we're going to be hitting a lot of cities that we haven't even been to before. So you're going to see, and that's going to be an opportunity for these different MCs from these untapped regions to come forward. We're also hosting web battles online through Be Real from Cypress Hill. So we got a lot of different outlets for people. We want the whole entire. If you're talented, you deserve to shine. That's the way I look at it. No matter where you're from.
Okay, that's cool. So for the web battles, actually, that kind of piqued my interest. Is it something that's already running, or how would someone get involved in that if they're interested in participating?
Well, it's very simple. All you got to do is contact us, because we're throwing our first online battle on March 13th. We're going to be doing it in conjunction with the live event in LA, and it's going to be through BeReal.tv. So if you go to BeReal.tv, that's Be Real from Cypress Hill, if you all don't know. You can come and sign up right there and post a video of yourself, and we're going to be setting up online battles. It'll be recorded live. It's kind of it's a way to get everyone involved, so it'll be real cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and like I noticed you earlier you were talking about capitalizing on the market and networking, using a lot of business terms. Like, you have to be doing some other stuff. Can you talk about some of your other companies?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's crazy because I never even personally went to college or anything like that. I pretty much have been completely immersed in the music industry from the bottom up, from the grassroots up, but in order to survive, you kind of have to be about your business savvy. You can't just be wandering around with your heads in the clouds. So I had to get it together, and now I'm 28 years old and the co-owner of Grind Time Now, which we were already discussing, as well as Coconut TNT, which is, and that's pretty much any creative endeavor I get involved in is through Coconut TNT, and that's my company. We do a lot of local events, so all the events that we promote is through Coconuts, as well as, because it ain't bananas, it's coconuts, you know what I mean? and all of our live events, as well as artist development and multimedia distribution. So we got our hands in a lot of different arenas and just a lot of different ways to bring talent to the forefront, because that's pretty much what it's all centered around, because there's a lot of underexposed talent across the world, and cats really need to be heard.